We're going to have some fascinating conversation tonight, not just about the movies and not just about one particular movie and not just about one particular man who's become famous because of these two movies, but about stereotypes and what's important in this country, and some very provocative information from a guy who's been through some of it and should be able to enlighten us. Now, that's a long-winded introduction to Carl Weathers, whom you may recognize as the man who played Apollo Creed in the Rocky I and also Apollo Creed in Rocky II, but who does not like to be known as Apollo Creed in real life.
Well, I mean, I like the recognition of Apollo Creed, but I certainly prefer to be known as Carl Weathers, who I'm beginning to like finally, you know.
But contrary to what most people think, you're not a boxer.
No, never. As a matter of fact, before Rocky I had difficulty getting the job because I hadn't been a boxer, so I had to, I'll put it this way, I had to create stories. I had to create a background for Carl Weathers as a boxer. In effect, I had to lie, and that's how I managed to get the job.
Now, you were a professional football player.
I had played professional football.
But that was never your original dream in life.
No, and it was obvious because I don't know if there are enough people who ever really felt I was a professional football player, Joe. I think there were a lot of questions about that. I myself questioned it at times.
Right.
But originally, I think I started at about 5th grade, 6th grade, something like that, and fell in love with the audience going yay and applauding and smiling and laughing and, you know, really watching me, the juices going. And
isn't it funny, Carl? Our society seems to resist a big guy like you wanting to be an actor.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
You know, there aren't many people who recognize that, I guess, because we all affected by the guys who appear to be actually larger than they are in real life, guys who, I mean, really are fine actors and fine talents. Paul Newman, Robert Redford, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. Most of these people, in stature anyway, are very small.
Right,
you know? Incredible talents, of course.
Of course.
But then they see a guy my size, and right away they figure, well, this guy's got to be a bad guy because he's big.
Right.
He can't be a sensitive guy. He can't be a gentle guy. He can't be. He can't smile.
Right.
You know, he has to give a grimace.
Well, the whole John Wayne syndrome.
That syndrome, right.
And all the big guys, they all had that silly, macho baloney. Now, if you remember Rocky I, the basic premise of the movie was that an unknown club fighter, really a nobody, challenged the world champion of the world and almost beat him. But the point of that story was that he never quit and that a nobody, can overcome great obstacles and challenge somebody who's on top. All right, that's where Rocky I ended. Sylvester Stallone playing Rocky, almost beat the champ. Now Rocky II takes up, and they want to have a rematch, and the clip we're going to show you now is a discussion about whether Apollo Creed should have such a rematch.
Look, I don't know about anybody else, but as long as I'm going to be promoting this fight myself, I want a lot more pressure put on for a rematch.
Hey, we can get the same money for the 2 top contenders. Why go after Balboa? Why?
Because there's still a lot of people out there that think he won. There's a lot of people out there accusing me of having the fight fixed, accusing me of being a fake and insulting my kids at school. That's why.
You want to hear the truth?
Yeah, I want to hear the truth.
The truth is that last time he was damn lucky. Now he's all finished. I mean, he's been hanging around doing nothing for 6 months. And any trainer worth anything wouldn't have nothing to do with him. Now I say, let's go after some new meat. Forget this bum.
You think I beat him the last time? Do you?
You got the decision.
Man, I won, but I didn't beat him. What are you afraid of, Tony?
Honest?
Yeah, honest.
He's all wrong for us, baby. I saw you beat that man like I never saw no man get beat before, and the man kept coming after you. And we don't need that kind of man in our life. I know what you're feeling. Let it go. Let it go. You're the champ.
You must have learned since Rocky I that you have suddenly come to occupy a position of some influence on a lot of young kids, young black kids. How do you feel? Does that kind of make you more apprehensive, or?
Not really apprehensive. It's something where you learn to use a greater degree of caution and restraint sometimes in things that you say and do as a result of being visual and visible. You realize that to a great degree you affect many of those young minds and lives simply through the fact that they can relate to some of the things that you say and do, and certainly relate to you because you represent more or less what they are all about, you know. Right. I actually wound up, I guess, learning through people that I looked at as a young child that those aspects that were positive in nature were the things that I've incorporated into my personality myself, and as a result have become successful.
Is it going to be Rocky III?
Joe, you're incredible. How did that just slip right out of there? It looks like there might be. It looks like there might be. Sly and Irwin Winkler, Bob Chartoff have made statements relating to the fact that Rocky III looks inevitable. So I'm looking forward to it if it does happen and if it's a good script.
You're all going to make a career out of Rocky movies.
Well,
like
it wouldn't be a bad way to go if
No,
in fact it was good and people liked what we were doing.
You're not.
Clint Eastwood isn't doing bad. Some of the other people aren't doing bad. The James Bond things aren't doing bad.
You're right. You got a career all set out.
There you go. Let's hope so.
Carl Weathers, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. We'll be right back.